The property that Coco's Bar and Grill sits on, as well as Tybee Jet Ski and Water Sports, is set to be sold to Savannah Bar Pilots on June 29th. And in the sale agreement, it shows they won't be taking over any of the leases that exist on that property. And that's not the only concern for people that are familiar with this area. WTOC Shay Schrader joins us live on Tybee Island. And Shay, there's also some concern about a colony of cats that lives there, right?
Yeah, Aria, there's a colony of about 9 feral cats that lives between Tybee Jet Ski and Water Sports and the old Coco's Bar and Grill. Freddie Barber, who owns Tybee Jet Ski, says that he and people that used to work at Coco's have actually taken care of these cats for years now. Kayla Fillet was actually one of those employees at Coco's Bar and Grill, and she says that she worked there back when Mike Scarborough and his wife Iris owned the property. She says that they cared for all of the cats, but Iris in particular would help feed them and raise money to take them to the vet if needed. Fillet says when Mike and Iris passed away a few years ago, she and Barber started taking turns feeding the cats in the morning and evenings. She says she's worried about what might happen to the cats when the property is sold and feels a responsibility for them after years of feeding them.
When I worked here, if I was having a bad day, I could just come outside and sit down with the cats, and 5 minutes later I was okay. You know, they'd sit in my lap, curl up, and they were very comforting.
Ideally, we want to try to keep the cats where they are rather than bringing them here, because typically when a cat's impounded at the shelter, especially the feral cats, they're euthanized most likely because we can't care for them here and there's no real way to move them around. So we try to work with some of the groups in Savannah. There's a couple of big groups that do, cat trapping and TNR and stuff like that. So we'll try to assess that.
Fillet has been vocal about the cats on social media and says that she will be reaching out to some of those groups that Dr. Harper was talking about. And she says the most important thing to her is to make sure that the cats are taken care of, whether that be them going to a loving home or being moved somewhere else where she knows that she will be able to continue to take care of them. And some of the cats are actually coming out right about now. I think they think that I'm here to feed them. I am not this morning, but we're just going to go say goodbye to them before we're off the air. Live on Tybee Island, Shay Schrader, WTOC News.
After searching for more than 20 hours, 16-year-old Connor Mathis was found